Greetings, Pokefans. Michael here. I'm Morgan Freeman. The secrets of the cosmos lie through the wormhole. Welcome to the 5th installment of Strange Pokemon Physics. The 18th Pokemon movie is coming out this weekend, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about the main star of the movie. However, the physics for this episode are going to be of more of a quantum nature, and therefore a bit heftier and theoretical than most other SPPs. So, I wanted to get some help.
Pokemon Masters! Whoa! Birkeeper Toby here.
Hey. Pokefans.
Right, of course. Pokefans.
I am pleased today to be joined by Bird Keeper Toby, Pokemon theorist and bird keeper. Toby, tell us what you know about Hoopa.
Well now, Michael, Hoopa is a mystery. Even to me, it's only been recently discovered and it's incredibly rare. Luckily, I don't go anywhere without the encyclopedia of all Pokemon knowledge, my Pokedex. And today, our Pokedex has been upgraded by the Axellian AI.
What's going on, guys? Pokedex Analyst Axellian here, and I'm going to be filling you in on all the Hoopa information you could possibly need.
Now before I continue, I just want to let you guys know that this SPP will be a lot more theoretical and even a bit conspiracy theory-ish compared to most other SPPs, so there won't really be any calculations in it. But you still get to learn about some cool quantum physics stuff. So without further ado, I present to you the Pokemon that whether it likes it or it doesn't like it, it definitely puts a ring on it. Hoopa.
Hoopa, the Mischief Pokemon. Hoopa's a legendary Psychic and Ghost type. This troublemaker sends anything and everything to faraway places using its loop, which can warp space.
Warping space? Anything and everything? If it's able to do that, just how powerful is Hoopa?
In order to do this, Hoopa is creating portals, gateways in the universe, joining two instances of space and time together. In the real world, these portals are known as wormholes, and they are only theoretical. However, that doesn't seem to be the case in the Pokemon world.
So like Toby said, Hoopa is connecting 2 points in space or time. However, in terms of energy requirement, it gets a bit tricky. You see, for a wormhole to exist, it requires something called negative energy. Negative energy occurs when an area of space has less than nothing in it. Which sounds crazy, I know, but according to recent quantum physics discussions, warping space and time appears to be possible. A study called Natural Wormholes as Gravitational Lenses suggested that these portals fueled by negative energy were actually pretty common in the early universe. However, sustaining them would still require immense amounts of energy, especially if they had to stay open long enough to fit some of the bigger Pokemon through them.
Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokemon. In Rayquaza's Mega form, his length reaches a total of 35 feet and 5 inches. It has been documented that Hoopa is able to sustain a single portal long enough to send not only Mega Rayquaza, but also several other Pokemon through it.
So, for a Pokemon that size to be allowed through one of Hoopa's portals, Hoopa must have the ability to generate negative energy. This is demonstrated in the movie and in the games by Hoopa's portals remaining open long enough for you to at least battle legendary Pokemon through them. However, physicist Michio Kaku talks on an episode of Through the Wormhole about something that alludes to Hoopa's power being even greater. This is that wormholes don't only connect 2 points of space and time, but could connect different universes altogether.
I discussed the alternate timelines and universes of the Pokemon world in an earlier video, but in a nutshell, the idea is that there are parallel universes of the Pokemon world, with slight differences in events and other things, such as the existence of Mega Evolution. So it's possible that Hoopa can not only connect space and time within one universe, but connect different Pokemon universes. Let's look into this more by checking out its Omega Ruby Dex entry.
In its true form, it possesses a huge power. Legends of its avarice tell of how it once carried off an entire castle to gain the treasure hidden within.
There are lots of castle-like structures in the Pokemon universe, including Shabanu Castle, the Battle Castles, even many of the Pokemon Leagues. But one of the more intriguing castles is Parfum Palace in Kalos. If you obtain a Hoopa in Pokemon X and Y versions, there is an NPC in Parfum Palace who triggers a conversation mentioning that he's been studying Hoopa across the world. So, of all of the places in the world, why is he here in Parfum Palace, studying Hoopa? Our theory is that Parfum Palace is one of the castles that Hoopa moved with this ability. And not only do we think that it didn't originate at that point in Kalos, but we also believe that it didn't originate in that universe at all.
Parfum Palace is actually based on the Palace of Versailles. Versailles is known for having an extravagant garden, a hall of mirrors, and large regal statues. It was also built by King Louis XIV in the second half of the 17th century.
If all of that sounds familiar, it should. Parfum Palace has a massive garden, its own hall of mirrors, and some big Pokemon statues. And like Versailles, it was constructed by a king that bears quite a bit of resemblance to Louis XIV. Well, and AZ apparently, but whatever. Lots of places in the Pokemon world, including the regions themselves, are based on real-life places, but very few of them bear as close a resemblance as Parfum does to Versailles.
The Palace of Versailles is massive, but given Hoopa's ability to create negative energy, it would be safe to assume that he could manage this, even bring it from a different universe. It's still worth noting that Versailles is still in our universe, but wormholes go through space and time, so maybe Hoopa will come for it in the future? Who knows?
So let's review the facts.
Hoopa can create wormholes, which means he can generate negative energy, at least enough to maintain these portals to allow large Pokemon and heavy buildings through. We also know that wormholes are gateways not just between different points in space and time, but also alternate universes.
Wait, but if he can do that, that means he could be in this universe. He could even be in this very video.
Ah!
Oh shoot. Well, it looks like Axellian and Toby have been sucked into one of Hoopa's wormholes. That's okay though, because you can easily go after them by following them through the rings to their channels. I'm gonna do the same thing, so until next time, Poke fans. Gotta catch them all!
Everybody wants to get down.